Sometimes I kind of wonder, given that it's almost Valentine's Day, does Cupid have like his own list? Is that like a thing? And is he really a baby? Every time I think of Cupid, I think of the Fairly Odd Pair. Oh, hey, hi, hello, hi there.
It,
You need to tell me when the red light's on.
no,
I swear to
I'm
God.
I'm just thinking about the grown baby man. Um,
Well, Cupid?
yeah, he's a grown ass man.
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure he's just a pervert. I'm pretty sure
I
that's
don't.
like his
I don't
whole like thing.
know. I don't know, man. I mean, if it's a thing and if he's a pervert but he brings people together, I'm perfectly okay with that. Cause homeboy lonely.
Does he actually bring? When was the last time you ever heard of Cupid bringing someone together?
I don't know, but I know some guy dressed in a diaper with a bow and arrow shot an actual guy with a bow and arrow, thinking that he was Cupid.
Low key.
I
Okay,
think it
have
was
you
on
ever
Flocka.
seen? Oh my god, have you ever seen Tangled?
Yes.
You know the old man from the bar.
Yes. Oh my god. Oh, just like him.
He fucking comes down with the bow. Okay, that's it. Hello,
Yep.
everyone.
And canceled.
Ugh. Well, it is
Hello.
officially 1 week before Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm. All my
Yeah.
single ladies out there, just so you know, I'm a single lady too. All the single ladies, all the single ladies, and now we've been copyright strike.
I cringed and sighed so hard, my mic
The
picked
mic,
all of it up.
I didn't even hear it on my end. Now we need a double take. We need a double take. That's what we need. Eventually, I'll say something cringy later. So, redemption.
But yeah, so this entire month we are doing all lovey-dovey
Romance.
romances, and you know the drill. You know.
The
Steve,
rom-coms.
Steve, we told you last week. Get it together. Get with the program.
God, Steve, I swear to God, get the boom
Oh.
mic out of my face.
But today we
What?
are reading. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. I do this every time. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Technical
Not
difficulties.
again.
Hold on. Stop.
Technical difficulty.
Stop.
Bum, 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 bum.
Okay. So this week we are reading. We off to a great start.
We rode. We read.
Oh, today we are reading and reviewing The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren.
Mhm.
What I actually figured out, this is actually a part of a series. The second book is technically 1.5, so it's like a novella kind of. Um,
Yeah.
but we read the very first one. I actually really, really love this book.
I did too.
I was very surprised. I was very, very surprised. I heard a lot about it. This was one of the book talk books that got around, I think, last summer. And, we
Mhm.
never got around to reading it. But I was like, you know what? It's our time. Let's read it now. And I was very, very pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, I was too, not gonna lie. It was not what I expected, but you know, I had a lot of fun with it.
Right.
And I had some good laughs. Like I wasn't like ha ha, ha like cackling or nothing like that. But I was little giggles here and there,
Right.
um and it made me smile the entire time.
It really did. And,
Yeah.
you know, we obviously do a lot of enemies to lovers on this channel. I mean, it's just the best trope in my personal opinion. Nothing about like
Oh
someone
yeah.
hating your guts and then anyway, um
Doing the horizontal tango, a few days later or minutes, who knows? Could be a
uh,
lot. Could be a hate. It could be so much hatred that you just had to screw it out of them.
we have had a book like that. If you remember, they were talking 1 minute and then the next minute it was like 2 chapters later and I was like, "Bro, you guys just met."
I know. Look. They were really just really hate each other's guts, and they just want to prove, which one was better. I guess. I don't know. I'm trying to make up excuses, but it just kind of falls flat.
But yeah, so the plot of this book is actually pretty simple. Not in a bad way, it's just easy to describe. But you actually
Hmm.
have two siblings, or two pairs of siblings. You have
Yeah.
Olive and Amy. They are twin sisters. And then you have Ethan and Dane. First of all, why is every Dane a piece of shit? Anyway,
You
um,
know, I thought the same thing. Like it was kind of funny. It took me a second to realize, why does that name sound so familiar? Dragons. That was literally my reaction when it finally clicked. I said dragons like out loud.
I
Thankfully, no one was
am.
near me when I was at work.
I'm so upset. But Amy and Dane got married. Amy's the type of person that does everything. She's kind of like the crazy coupon lady, kind of. She wins a lot of shit. She does things more like on the cheap side. So they didn't really have the best food at the wedding. So absolutely every single person got sick except for Dane's brother Ethan and Amy's twin sister Olive. So with that being said, Amy ended up winning a like sweepstake honeymoon type thing where her and Dane were able to go to Hawaii and spend their time, I believe specifically in Maui. And obviously
Yeah,
because they were
Maui.
sick, because they were sick, they couldn't go, and it was a no refund, no cancel type thing. So they actually swapped places, and Ethan and Olive ended up going, and
Mhm.
they absolutely fucking despise one another. And obviously, throughout the course of the trip, they start getting fancy with one another. It's even awkward because Ethan's ex-girlfriend is there. She is there with her new boo, which is so fucking awkward. And
Yep.
yeah, so that's pretty much it. They come back. Oh, ooh, best part. Best part about the plot. Ethan lets it slip that Dane has been completely unfaithful to Amy for the past like 5 years. And, her sister was like, you know what, I'm never gonna tell her. Plot twist, at the end, she does end up letting it slip to her sister. Her sister goes through Dane's phone, contacts every woman that he's been with, invited them over to the house, pretended like she didn't know, made him answer the door, and all of his girlfriends are right there in front of his wife. Ugh, best thing. And obviously she kicked him out, got a divorce. Fuck him. We don't like him. Yeah, best. I was like doing the snap in the Z motion. I was like, yes, ma'am, queen.
There was like, I almost thought in the off chance that maybe she was cool with it, but the way how everything was set up, no, she was not cool with it. This was
Right.
definitely not part of the deal. And I thought
Right.
maybe a plot twist. I honestly thought it would have been a plot twist, and I would have been okay with it, to be completely honest with you. Like, it's like, oh, yeah, the perfect, because it's basically perfect sister versus the imperfect one. The perfect sister and the black sheep. And obviously
Right.
our MC is the black sheep because, content. But no, turns out double plot twist. Nope, it was just as painful as it was. Had no idea, and with all the context leading up, it'd be like, oh no, she definitely did not know. This reeks of unfaithfulness.
Yep.
And I was like, ooh, this was good because it actually felt like an actual telenovela. And the best part is, it was Hispanic, slightly biased, but either way.
Right. Towards the end too, like speaking about this part specifically, I was like, there's no way she is cool with it. And then out of nowhere, she's just sitting on, I mean, obviously you can tell she's anxious, but she's just sitting on the couch, minding her own business. And then there's a knock at the door. And I'm like, this bitch did not. Oh, she
I'm gonna
did.
be honest,
She did.
I did not think she was gonna do that. That actually caught me off guard.
Oh, yeah.
That was so good too. It so caught me off guard, and I loved every second.
Oh my god. This book is, honestly though, this is kind of a bold statement, but I do think the way that this book was written, it was very well done, first of all. But the way that this book was written, it kind of brings new air to the enemies to lovers trope. I really love what they did with that trope. It was fresh and new, but still had the same base as the trope that we love and know, but it had just enough freshness to make you feel like you weren't reading a copy and paste of every other romance on the market. So I really, really did enjoy this book.
Yeah, I did too. It was a lot of fun. It honestly, I could see this being like an actual show,
Yes.
and it'd be
Yes.
great, and it would come out great. It could be like 1 or 2 seasons, just to make sure everything's fleshed out,
Yep.
properly, and then it'd just be instant ratings. I mean, it's a simple story. It really is a simple story, but it was just so well put together.
Right. And it had like the really awkward moments too. Like, you know, the female main character, she ended up getting her dream job right
Mhm.
before they ended up leaving. It was phenomenal. Obviously, because they have to pretend like they're on their honeymoon, they're being called by a different name. So she ends up running into her boss, which is so awkward. And so he's like, I thought you were XYZ. She was like, oh, I just got married. So her new boss and his wife end up inviting them out for dinner. They spend an entire dinner together being so awkward. But of course, that's when you can
Mhm.
kind of tell that, Ethan and her are falling in love, which is kind of cute. But
Yep.
it's so awkward because whenever she gets back home, obviously that's really weighing on her shoulders and everything. So she does the right thing and she goes to tell her boss, like, hey, like, I'm not actually married or whatever. You know, plot twist, he's not okay with that for some reason. I don't understand. Whatever. That was the indifferent part about me. I don't understand why it was that big of a deal. But he fires her on her first day. And so she not only loses the guy that she's now in love with, eventually she gets him back, but
Yeah.
she ruined her sister's relationship by telling her the truth, and she lost her dream job on the first day. If you literally cannot say roller coaster of emotions, like I don't know what else it would be.
I agree. But everything did work out in the end. And of course the quote unquote perfect sister did not have such a perfect life either, as
Right.
it's kind of sad, she, her partner, who she was like is like super like infatuated with, you know, she was like deeply in love and everything, and he was just not.
Right.
Homeboy stayed a player. I mean, and not to mention these two guys, these two brothers were the frat boy type guys. So like, yo, dude, bro, all that stuff, which was kind of, it took me a second to kind of get used to, and it's kind of cringe, but I kind of got used to it. All right, it's cool, it's fine. I'm vibing. I'm with the vibe now. I'm down.
And the part that's really disgusting too, like the whole reason why she ended up losing Ethan in the first place is because she came back home. They obviously came back home after their trip, and this scumbag, obviously talking about Dane, I don't know if you heard me burp, but that was like a 2 out of 10. It was weak.
Hmm.
It was
Yeah,
horrible.
very weak.
But um Dane ended up hitting on her. And she's like, yo, like, you're my sister's husband. Like, you should not be hitting on me. So she does the right thing and she goes and she tells Ethan, which is like her new profound boyfriend, whatever the situationship is at
Yeah.
that moment. And he basically says, my brother would never do that. But
Yeah,
you
screw
literally
you.
you literally just told me that your brother has been sleeping around on my sister and you don't think that your brother would even remotely say something to me? Like, come on. So, yeah, and
Yeah.
then that kind of
Well,
made
the problem is that he thought that the sister would be cool with it, and it just
right.
kind of goes to show how he did not pay attention.
Right. Well, and then she ended up telling her sister that too, like, hey, your husband is like hitting on me. I don't think that's cool. Her sister took her husband's side at first. And this was the first time in their entire lives that they went this entire time without talking. And like it really
Yeah.
tore her up inside. But I don't know. I really, really think the writing style in this book, I've already said this writing style is absolutely amazing, but it does a really good job at pinpointing emotions. Like
Oh
you
yes.
could definitely feel what the character is feeling at all times, whether it's like happiness, excitement, sadness, um, anything and everything. You could definitely feel every single emotion like deep in your soul just by reading this book, and I absolutely loved that.
Same. It was just so well done. I can't get over how good it was. It I could physically feel their emotions.
Yes.
I can actually like I can imagine it. I can like play it in my head and everything. It was just so well written and well described too. And it wasn't too. It had just a very good blend, just enough but not too much. Well,
Right.
just enough obviously, but it didn't have too much. It didn't have too little. It was enough.
I agree.
Like I don't know how else to really say it to give the impact of how well it was. It was just it just had just a really good amount.
It really did. And I know I'm kind of doing this early, but I actually rated this book a 4.5. If we're being real, it's like a 4.75. I physically cannot tell you why I cannot rate it a 5-star. I feel like something was lacking in the book, but very, very slightly. And I don't know, but like I don't know what it is. I can't pinpoint it. Like I feel
Really?
like I wanted a little bit more, maybe this is an assumption, maybe a little bit more
Mhm.
plot, or maybe I wanted a little bit more like brother sister stuff, or maybe I wanted a little bit more tension, or maybe I wanted a little less ex-girlfriend. It's one of those four things that kind of like took half a star
You're just not
away.
sure.
Right.
Oh, I see.
Like
I don't know. I wouldn't mind a little bit more ex-girlfriend being, a bit of a jerk trying to throw a wrench at it. But at the same time, like the way how she was portrayed, the ex-girlfriend, was very well. You could easily tell she did not like the fact that
mhm.
homeboy moved on.
Oh yeah.
Really did not like the fact.
But she
And
was the
it
type of
was,
person
I don't know, it
though.
was good.
Right. She was the type of person that wants everyone wrapped around her finger. She's allowed to move
Yep.
on, but he's not allowed to move on. And you could definitely tell that by the way that the
Exactly.
author portrayed her. But like, okay, let me put it in a visual for you. Imagine this absolutely beautiful, beautiful, beautiful cake. You have all the piping on it, all the frosting. You
Mhm.
even have like the
You said
strawberries. Okay. You have all the strawberries going around. All the strawberries are evenly like spread out and they're all pointing one way, but then one strawberry is slightly tilted.
Yeah,
You know what I
that's
mean?
her.
Well, like
Mhm.
that's just the book in general. Like you know how that one strawberry, it doesn't ruin the cake at all. It just slightly, and I mean like slightly bothers you enough where you notice it. Yeah?
Hmm. I don't know. To me, it looked like all the strawberries were just fine. To me, honest, I think I don't know if you'd be surprised at my rating, and try not to be completely biased because they said chi-chis. But um, look, I don't hear that word very often. I was not expecting it, and that time I LOL'd like for real, and it was great. But I don't know. For me, I gave it a much higher score. To me, it had the perfect recipe of an actual telenovela, that she would actually turn on the Spanish network and see. It just had that good. It was just perfect. For me, it was a 5.
Oh wow.
Yeah, this was a 5, and of course, not trying to be biased,
Well,
representation, but to me, it had that recipe, and I know this because I've seen telenovelas, and I've seen like ones with simple plots, and I've seen one with complicated plots, and this one was a very simple one, and it had the good formula. Like, sure, it kind of people can call it, like maybe a carbon copy, but even though it
damn.
copied the formula, it still had its uniqueness, which is
Damn.
hard to do because
So
again, same formula, but still distinct.
absolutely. Damn.
Yeah,
Am I
that's
doing the
why it's a
King of
5 for
Wrath
me.
thing?
Maybe.
Am I doing the King of
Is
Wrath thing?
Could be. I think our roles have switched. You know how I was the soft 5
Oh,
King of Wrath? Yeah. You hard 5 it. I'm hard 5ing this one.
no.
So
Oh, damn.
I'm just saying.
No, fuck, because I
Because I make up a
literally,
decent point, right?
but like when I say 4.5, like it is like
Mhm.
I'm straining to say 4.5. Like it is like you were twisting my arm to say 4.5. Like, I want to give it a 5, but I don't know. Like,
Look, I'll be
you were
nice,
perfectly
and
no, you were
I will
perfectly
settle for a 4.75 if that makes you feel
no.
better.
No, you know what? No, because you are absolutely correct about the formula. You were correct about
Hmm.
absolutely everything. This book was an absolute joy to read, and it's definitely going to go down as one of my favorites. It's definitely one that I'm going to recommend. So, you know what? No, I'm not going to overly analyze it because there's nothing to analyze. I think I get afraid. Okay, I think this is where it is. I think I get
Uh-huh.
afraid of having so many 5 stars in a row. Because for me personally, Haunting Adeline was a 5 star, King of Wrath was a five
Oh yeah.
star, and now we have this. I feel like I'm scared to give like 3 5 stars in a row because, like, how are we that lucky that we just keep getting hit after hit after hit? But you know what?
Look,
No,
we just good
no.
that we're just good that way. We're just good
Right.
that way.
You are
Yeah.
absolutely correct, and the author deserves the proper amount of respect. I, it's a five
Mhm.
star. You are correct. You are absolutely
Think of,
correct.
think of it this way. You remember how in King of Wrath, for those of you who haven't seen it yet, please, go back a few episodes
Oh
behind, a few
yes,
episodes back.
go
Just
watch.
skip. And you remember what he told me is that like the reason why we're so passionate about it is because we liked it so much, and we wanted more, but it was good as it was. Remember that? Remember that's
Right,
practically what he told me. I think this is the same thing. It's just that roles have reversed this time.
right. Like, I want more.
Mhm.
I didn't want it to end. If that makes sense.
Yep. And that was kind of the same for me with King of Wrath. I wanted more too. I wanted more juiciness. I wanted more. It's because it was so good. You were so like into it. You
No,
want to be
I
more into the
agree.
world.
I
Yeah.
agree completely. So yeah, I have to give it the 5 because you were absolutely correct. It was a phenomenal book. Like, this is one book that's going to sit with us for a long time. Like, this is easily going to be one of the books that
Oh yeah. Most definitely. This is going. If
I'm
there is a favorites tab on Audible, this would definitely be there along with my neighbor's a vampire
right, roommate. Um
or roommate. I keep saying okay because I keep thinking of both. I don't know why. I think it's because I read these two books almost at the same time. Don't ask me why. Because I redid um my roommate's a vampire at the same time we were doing my neighbor who stole Christmas. And
yes.
that's why I keep saying those two because I don't know what I was doing, but I think like at some point when I was listening to How My Neighbor Stole Christmas, I think I was like busy and I couldn't really give it attention. So I just listened to something that I already knew the story of, so I didn't lose anything. So I just
Right.
chose My Roommate's a Vampire. But anyways, that's a whole tangent.
Well, um I'm if you've seen previous episodes, you guys know that I am notorious for um making very bold claims. So I want to
Mm-hmm.
make a very bold claim right now, and I'm going to
Gasp.
I'm gonna do it. Um, I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna do mid-year or all at the end and just have a really long episode. But if you guys remember our best of 2024 video,
Mm-hmm.
if you didn't watch it, please go watch it. That's one of my favorite episodes that we've ever done. So please go watch
Oh
it.
yeah, that was so much fun.
It was a very, very fun video to make, and we'll have a better system this time around. But my bold claim, I think this book is, as of right now, we're only into the second month of 2025. As we stand right now, this book is in the top 3, if
Oh,
not top
most
2.
definitely. I mean, this book is going up against King of Wrath.
Right.
So, hell
And
yeah. And I think this is a really good contender. This is a
yeah,
really good contender.
now, mind you, we will have probably, I'm just going to say we're probably going to have like 15 or 20 books going against this book by the time we
Mhm.
end up making that other video. But I still feel like with how good it was, it doesn't matter how many books go up against it, this will be top 3.
Oh yeah. This will definitely be at worst. This book would definitely be in the semifinals. If we're to do it like a tournament style, we're
Mm,
still brainstorming. We're still working. I just thought of this right
tournament
now,
style.
like a
That's
tournament style.
yes.
Yeah, so it makes it a little bit easier. So we kind of pair books that are semi-similar in terms of, I wouldn't say maybe plots or character dynamics in a way. There's just like a spitball. I just thought of this right
Well,
now.
okay,
A tournament
so
style.
this is
And
definitely not time or place for this. That's
yeah,
so funny how our brain works. What if,
yeah,
because this year we're doing a lot of romance, and this year we're doing a lot of fantasy, and then we're throwing in some dark romance and whatever. So what if
right,
we
yeah,
did a tournament style for just fantasy, tournament style for just
yeah. The
romance?
genre. Yeah.
Yeah, and then once
Ooh, that'd
the
be good.
winner of the genre, then we put just those books head to head, and then we do it based off of those books.
That'd be a good idea. Yeah, the final battle. Yeah,
Right. Wow.
free for all. Well, there we
Wow.
go. I think we got our system for the next thing. We just need to decide if it's gonna be uh half the year. I
Right.
think maybe half the year might be best,
Well,
but
it mainly
anyways,
comes down to how many 5 stars we have, because as we
true.
speak right now, we only have 2 5 stars. I have 3, but as a whole, because if you guys didn't see the previous video, it's a unanimous vote. We both have to say the book is 5 stars for it to even be a contender. So we only have 2. We have King of Wrath and we have the Unhoneymooners, which is this video, obviously. So it
Yeah.
depends on how many 5 stars we have. If there's just an ungodly amount where there's like 200 of them, maybe we'll split it up into 2. But if there's really
Yeah.
like not that many, I think we can do it in 1. It will just be a long video.
Yeah. We'll just play it by ear. See how things go.
Yeah.
I mean, we still have a couple more months until half the year anyways. So if anything, we'll
Yes.
probably do like a check-in video. Like check
Yeah.
in, see where things were at. Let's talk about the
Ooh.
5 stars. You know?
Ooh.
I think that
Yeah.
might be a decent idea.
Yeah.
And depending on how many we have, maybe you can knock one out. Maybe shorten it
Mm.
depending on the list.
Yeah,
You
no,
know,
that
kind of
sounds
do
good.
like a prelim, if that makes sense. I
Yeah.
don't know. I'm thinking very tournament. That's because I saw like a funny Insta on Super Smash Bros. And I was like, Super Smash Bros. Tournaments, books, tournaments, knocked them out, and yeah, brain go burr.
Well,
Look, I'm very lonely this Valentine's. Okay, leave me alone. It's just me and Violence this year. You're coming with me, right, Violence?
well, there's really the thing about this book, and like this book is a very simple plot, simple style, simple everything. There's not much to talk about, but then there's so much to talk about. But I feel like we're
Yes,
both at the point where
you
we
have to read it.
right, we don't typically agree on a book as much as we do with this one. So I feel like you have to read this book. So I just feel like I don't want to even spoil hardly anything else for you. I would prefer if you go pick up this book, read it, come back and let us know your thoughts, because this one was
Please give it
amazing.
a chance. It was so good. Yes, 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 yes. And I don't know if I should reveal the way how I read the book, which is funny because
LOL.
you know what I just realized? The version that you read is the full on what I'm gonna call uncensored version. Since I watched or listened to it in a very specific channel that we may or may not be uploading to, it cut those parts out, so I got just all the details. Of course, I skipped that on the spice parts. So there is some spice in the book. I know it's there. I can actually probably go back and look for it because I can probably, Anyways, do some digging. But there are ways you can kind of read it, give it a chance. It might be a short amount of window of time, but honestly, I might just buy the book just so I can have it in my library.
That's what I'm gonna do, yeah. I ended up
Yeah.
doing this book on I ended up doing this one on Audible personally. I think I originally did it on Kindle. I read half of it on Kindle, and then I ended up getting busy at work, so I ended up buying it on Audible. If you didn't know, by the way, I don't know if Aqua knows this, so I'll say it out loud for everyone. You don't have to have a Kindle for the Kindle app. You can have it on an iPhone, iPad, Android. You can have it on any phone. The Kindle app is free, However, if you want Kindle Unlimited, it's $5.99. They have a 30-day free trial. The 30-day free trial has almost every book that we're reading in for the podcast. Almost every book, absolutely free.
Yeah. Mm.
And
Well,
you
there
get
you
to
go, guys.
borrow it. You don't have a time limit. You can borrow it. However, you only can borrow, I think, 25 books at a time. But once you're finished reading it, you can, quote unquote, return it to Kindle Unlimited to get a new one. And even though you return it, if you end up borrowing the book, all of your saved quotes and everything will still be there.
Oh, well, there you go.
So,
I actually didn't know that about Kindle.
yeah. It's very cheap.
Yeah.
There is a 30-day free trial. I accidentally forgot to cancel it, but that is okay because I am actually using it a lot. And if you didn't know this, Aqua and I both, we really have bad dyslexia. So reading a book is fine, whatever. It's hard, but reading a physical book will sometimes take me like 3 to 4 days to read. Okay, like Haunting Adeline, for example, it's almost 700 pages. Reading the physical book would have taken me over a week. I read the 700-page book on Kindle in 24 hours.
That's because you really binged the crud out of it.
But the thing is,
it's a good book.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, you can change the font. You can change the way the font looks, and you can change how big and how small it is. So you can, and each book has a different font, I've noticed, and you can find a font that your dyslexia likes, and it just like, you read it so fast, and if you find a font size that you like, you can fit either more or less words on the page. And even though, like, if you do less words on a page, you're still reading it super fast because you're getting through the pages fast enough.
Yeah.
So, food for thought.
You can tailor it to your needs.
Yeah, food for thought. This is on Kindle Unlimited. If you guys have that and have not read it, it is free to download. So, please go read it.
Yep, definitely give it a shot.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Next week is Valentine's Day, by the way.
Ooh, Valentine's Day.
Eee.
You know what that means, Violets? We're gonna go out in the park. You know, we're gonna find you a nice cat and go from there. Maybe I'll get lucky. Who knows?
Don't cry, it's
I'm
fine.
not crying.
Don't cry, it's fine.
Anyways.
But yeah.
Small crisis aside.
Next week,
But yeah.
next week I'm very excited for actually the next 2 videos that we're doing. That's a secret. Y'all can't hear that, but I am very, very excited for the next 2 weeks, and I am very excited for what this year has to offer. I know we've said that before, like at the very beginning of the year, but this year is so jam-packed with amazing, like, bestseller after bestseller, and yeah, we're doing it this year. This is gonna be a really great year, and yeah.
Oh yeah, so excited! Can't wait to take y'all on the wild ride we're about to go on to.
Follow us on Goodreads. If I remember this time, I know I said it last time, but I never put the link, so follow us on Goodreads.
Gasp.
Okay, bye. Happy
Okay,
Valentine's
bye. Follow us on
Day, by
Goodreads.
the way.
Like and subscribe.
Fellas, even though you've been with your girl for years, ask her to be your Valentine. Do it. Do it.
Do it.
You will get lucky that night.
Oh yeah.
Bye.
Okay, bye.